The streets were cold that evening, the city lights flickering above as people rushed past without a second glance. Among them, a young boy named Oliver sat on the sidewalk, his clothes tattered, his stomach growling from hunger. He had been homeless for months, left to fend for himself in a world that barely noticed him. Desperate, he stood up and walked into a fancy restaurant, where the scent of freshly cooked food filled the air. His eyes landed on a well-dressed man sitting alone at a table, enjoying a lavish meal. Summoning his courage, Oliver hesitated before approaching. "Excuse me, sir," he said in a small voice. "I haven't eaten in days. Could you spare some food?" The man, who went by Mr. Lancaster, looked up, his eyes scanning Oliver with disgust. He wiped his mouth with a silk napkin and scoffed. "Do I look like a charity to you?" he sneered. The other diners turned to watch. Oliver swallowed hard, his cheeks burning with shame. "I'm sorry," he whispered, stepping back. Mr. Lancaster shook his head. "Go beg somewhere else. This is a high-class restaurant, not a shelter." Just as Oliver turned to leave, a calm but firm voice cut through the tension. "That's not how you treat someone who's hungry." The room fell silent. Standing at the entrance was Keanu Reeves. Dressed in a simple black jacket and jeans, Keanu walked in with purpose. The air around him changed as heads turned, whispers spreading across the restaurant. Mr. Lancaster raised an eyebrow. "And who do you think you are?" he said with a mocking chuckle. Keanu didn't respond right away. Instead, he walked over to Oliver, kneeling down to meet the boy's tired eyes. "When was the last time you had a proper meal?" Keanu asked gently. Oliver shrugged. "I don't remember," he admitted. Keanu gave him a reassuring smile before standing up. He turned back to Mr. Lancaster, his expression unreadable. "This boy asked for food, not your pity," he said evenly. Mr. Lancaster rolled his eyes. "And why should I care? He's not my problem." Keanu's jaw tensed, but he remained calm. "You're right," he said. "But the way you treat people says more about you than them." The entire restaurant watched in anticipation. Mr. Lancaster smirked. "Look, I worked for my money. If he wants food, he should do the same." Keanu studied him for a moment before nodding slowly. "All right," he said. "Let's put that to the test." Before anyone could react, Keanu pulled out his wallet and handed a crisp $100 bill to Oliver. "Here," he said. "You're going to be my waiter for the evening. Bring me a menu." Oliver hesitated but took the bill with wide eyes. The restaurant manager, who had been watching silently, cleared his throat. "Mr. Reeves, I don't think," Keanu cut him off with a smile. "Just play along," he said. "After all, we wouldn't want to deny someone an opportunity to work, would we?" The manager, now aware of who Keanu was, nodded quickly. Oliver ran to get a menu, his small hands shaking. He returned and handed it to Keanu with a proud smile. "Great job," Keanu said warmly. He turned back to Mr. Lancaster. "See? He's working now. Does that make him worthy of a meal?" Mr. Lancaster shifted in his seat, clearly uncomfortable. The other diners whispered among themselves. The tension in the air was thick. Keanu took it further. "You say you earned your money, but let's be honest. You were born into privilege, weren't you?" Mr. Lancaster's face turned red. "That's none of your business," he snapped. Keanu gave a knowing nod. "Exactly. You didn't choose your circumstances, just like he didn't choose his." The restaurant was dead silent now. Even the waiters had stopped moving, watching the exchange. Mr. Lancaster opened his mouth to argue, but Keanu wasn't finished. "We all get lucky in different ways. Some with money, some with opportunity. But real wealth isn't what's in your wallet, it's in your heart." He turned back to Oliver. "And you, kid? You don't need his approval to deserve kindness." Oliver smiled up at Keanu, his eyes shining with hope. Keanu motioned for the restaurant manager. "I'll cover his meal. And not just tonight, every night until he's back on his feet." The manager, eager to please, nodded immediately. "Of course, Mr. Reeves." "Absolutely." Oliver was led to a table, where a warm plate of food was placed in front of him. He hesitated for a second, then picked up a fork, eating hungrily. Keanu watched with satisfaction before turning back to Mr. Lancaster. "You had a chance to do something good tonight," Keanu said. "Instead, you showed everyone the kind of person you are." Mr. Lancaster, too embarrassed to respond, grabbed his coat and stormed out. The restaurant broke into quiet applause. Some diners even signaled for the manager, offering to help contribute to Oliver's meals. Keanu gave the boy a gentle pat on the shoulder before standing up. "Take care of yourself, kid," he said. Oliver, still chewing, looked up with teary eyes. "Thank you, sir," he whispered. Keanu smiled, then walked out into the night, leaving behind a room full of people who had just witnessed what true kindness looked like.